Hello, this is Kendra Kanoy, your health coach, and I'm coming on today to talk about the Whole30 plan. I actually have a couple friends that have recently finished it, and it is very similar to the 30 Days to Healthy Living program that I have utilized and taught for a long time. And so I thought I would share what the similarities and the differences are between those two programs. Obviously, they're the same length of time. And in my opinion, they're both based on the anti-inflammatory diet because most of the things that they remove are key inflammatories. They're also tend to have more toxins in them as well. So I'll start with what's similar. So they both remove gluten, dairy, alcohol, soy, and sugar. And the Whole30 goes a bit further, and they have you eliminate legumes, which would be all types of beans, chickpeas, lentils. And the reason for that, I looked up, and the paleo program also has people remove these as well. So I think Whole30 is also very similar to paleo. They claim because of the lectins and the phytic acid in legumes, which prevent the uptake of nutrients. Very generally, I think both of these things can cause digestive issues for people. So it's definitely something to look at. I do know some people with Hashimoto's, and they have had success with removing foods that are high in lectins. So that's something to think about. Whole30 also gets really specific on particular ingredients. So they say no carrageenan, MSG, or sulfites. So I think both programs are encouraging little to no processed food. And so automatically when you're taking those things out, you're going to be eliminating most of those ingredients. However, there's always research on either side in nutrition, and I've read about carrageenan, which is used in a lot of almond milks and milk alternatives, that there's two types of carrageenans, and one type has been linked to cancer causing. However, the other type is the one that's more used in the food products. Who knows, right? So somebody knows, but all you can do is read and research and just see what works for you. And then Whole30 goes even again further. In addition to removing gluten grains, which are wheat, rye, barley, and some oats, they eliminate all grains altogether. And then the biggest, well, I wouldn't say the biggest, a key difference is also that the 30-day to healthy living plan utilizes supplements, and the Whole30 is really key on having whole food. That's why it is called that. And I definitely agree with the whole food concept because, again, that's going to minimize the amount of processed and packaged foods you have. However, in my experience and living in, whether you live in a busy city or whatever and you have a busy lifestyle, having the supplementation can really just make life more convenient. And the Whole30 definitely can be more of a challenge because there's more things to remove, and you have to really be on top of preparing your meals, which again is great and great tools. In San Francisco, I got a little bit more pushback when I moved back there 6 years ago. There was more purists, which I call the hippie culture, which is great, that they were a little bit standoffish with the supplements. And my response became, if you are making 3 whole food balanced meals without these inflammatory ingredients 3 times a day for all members of your family, then you don't need supplements. Sort of, there's a caveat to that. And a lot of them, women in particular, would say, actually, yeah, I do my best and they provide a lot of these meals, but life gets busy and convenience is a really important factor. Now, the other element to that with supplements is, are you getting all of the nutrients that you need from the modern farmed fruits and vegetables? There's research and just the history of farming practices with soil turnover that shows that we actually have less enzymes in our food. And so supplementing those types of enzymes, we also have probiotics, supplementing with a vegan protein, supplementing our fiber can really be important to get those nutrients in for a balanced diet. So there's always going to be debate on that, and it depends on what kind of local farming and stuff that you have and you have access to. but I think the convenience factor is also a really big difference. So 2 of the girlfriends that have recently gone through the Whole30, one has lost 19 pounds in 2 months of sticking to this plan, which is awesome. And another friend really was struggling with eczema, and so that's why she started the program. And she sent me a message when I asked how it went. I'm so convinced more than ever that food is fuel. No more dairy whatsoever is my takeaway. I realized this morning that I have not woken up sweating in a long time. Oh, and I lost 11 inches overall, 12 pounds. Inflammation and the eczema is at bay. So that was an awesome response. And actually another girlfriend that I just thought of who is having some medical issues, she said, I absolutely realize that she has to be on the anti-inflammatory diet because otherwise her symptoms pop up. And recently I had a couple of people finish the 30-day plan, and one, I was very pleasantly surprised to hear, not surprised, but I didn't know that she had recently gone off, kind of at the same time she started the program, she went off her antidepressants, which was something that she had decided with her doctor or whatever, and that usually when she had done that, she had major withdrawals, but it was as a result of eating clean and eating in this way, she said she felt great mentally right away and didn't have that withdrawal period. And then lastly, a gentleman friend of mine went through it for arthritis in his hand because he plays guitar. And so it not only helped that, but he said that he, for the first time in 10 years, I think it was, he had his blood work done and he was no longer pre-diabetic. So that was very exciting. Those are all exciting results. And, you know, it really just depends on where you are in your life, what kind of time you have available. Sometimes people are at a really unhealthy diet, so if they're still having fast food and you know, running through grocery stores and buying things last minute, then you might find the supplements would be a useful tool. So always good to weigh it out, or even try both and see. And I find a lot of people with the 30 Days to Healthy Living plan start there and then go on to maybe removing other things, maybe trying to remove the legumes and seeing if that helps whatever issue. So there's definitely more things down the line that we can all play with because our bodies are all unique and we have to learn how to feed and fuel them. So lastly, if you could just share this video with anyone that has either done either one of these programs, or if anyone has suffered from any of the symptoms that I've mentioned here, or any other inflammatory symptom that you know of, and just start a dialogue and see what their experience was and if they agree with what I've said on this video. Thank you and have a great day.